Oh! What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Murder Mystery. Apparently, JoJo wants to take my job. We're here with our next round where we are going to be diving a little bit deeper. Episode 3, round 2, some more clues and actual hard evidence. And hopefully this will start to be some stuff that will help them figure out who done it. That's right, who done it. But let's go ahead and jump directly into it. The second round will give you some forensic, witness, and character clues. It would be a good idea to take notes.
Fucking on it.
So
I can't do all that, so I'm waiting on Miss V.
Clue number 1. We have a police report from Officer Whodunit. That's right. Officer Whodunit. Location of the incident is the Starlight Circus. Holder of this card to read out loud the following. I attended the Starlight Circus in the Boggy Bottom as a death had been reported. In the ringmaster's tent behind the big top was a body of a 45-year-old male Rolo up. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. A large amount of blood was in evidence around the head area, and it did not appear that the victim had died of natural causes. The following items were located around the scene: a crystal ball, a pistol, a dumbbell, a magician's wand, a giant shoe in poor condition, bicycle pump, whip, dagger, and juggling ball. Okay. Those items have been removed and will be examined in due course. Everyone present has been advised that they must not leave until inquiries are complete, and that they are all considered suspects in the ongoing investigation. Officer Whodunit of the Boggy Bottom Police Department. So now we know that there was officially damage to the head. That was new.
But unclear what type of damage. We don't know if it was blunt force trauma,
wasn't natural.
sharp.
It just wasn't natural.
Which, there's not a lot of things that cause you to suddenly start bleeding from the head a lot. Not enough to kill you. And he was dead on the scene.
Yep.
He was found dead on the
45-year-old male.
45-year-old male.
And they found everything that we found.
Well,
I would guess that rules out the whip. You can't whip someone.
Have you ever seen a bullwhip in action? They will fuck you up.
Actually,
the head.
Yes,
the head wound.
Absolutely.
No, you absolutely can. I genuinely think you could, if you whip somebody hard enough in the head, you could hurt them very badly.
If you have a weighted end bullwhip, you can absolutely crush somebody's skull with it.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like somebody knows a lot about the murder weapon.
Bobby Blazers love the whips. I don't know.
That's just what I do in my spare time.
What, murder people with whips?
Well, on the plus side, my Google search now includes the "could you whip someone to death?" And I would like to point out that Google suggested, "Did you mean would you whip someone to death?" So Google's looking a little sus right now.
Google.
Yeah, if you Googled that, would the result be Google saying yes?
Okay, well,
let's
now
just
I
put it
want to
this
click
way.
it.
Yes,
Kelsey is on a very special list at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, CSI is.
I am sure you could whip someone to death. I just would have thought whipping someone's head is hard. I don't know. It's not. If you have a whip and you try and kill somebody, I would guess you would strangle them with it. That's
so I'm assuming
Simon Belmont from Castlevania.
The whip that we're talking about.
In 90 years. I'm looking forward to it.
Is probably one of it's an actual circus ring whip, right? Like the one's 10 and 12 foot long, like the one that actually
Yeah.
So so those are definitely powerful enough. It's not like one of those bedroom whips. It's a legit bull whip, Mr. Al.
Do you?
Bad.
Never mind. I'm not asking a question.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
It's the weighted end that makes me go, yeah, that's absolutely true. Because if it's spun around, it could cause trauma to the head.
I guess.
Yeah.
I was just thinking if I was murdering someone with a whip, it would be different. But see, that just shows how little I know about how to do murders.
And people
with
can be
whips,
dead accurate.
magic wands, you could really fuck somebody up.
Oh no!
Or saws. Saws are great.
I was murdering someone with a magic wand, it wouldn't be a head trauma either. I would do magic to them. They would be a rabbit.
Yeah, no, you could call rocks down on their head. Like, let's realize that. Also, are we assuming these magicians' wands are
not a wizard? I cannot cast stone. I can do like birds in my wrists or whatever. I can ask you if this is your card. Is this your card? It's Thunder Dragon.
Ooh.
And that's I can do the thing with the handkerchiefs.
No, I had 3 of spades, dude. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was about to ask, with the magician's wand, like that seems like it's so obviously not the murder weapon, unless you assume that these are actual like can do magic.
I do not see a problem with you guys eliminating stuff based off of your thought process, and then as you get evidence that then actually eliminates, then you can be like, oh, cool, so we got that right. So if you want to eliminate stuff off, feel free.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I can bring up any of the evidence that's been brought up so far.
Yeah.
So.
And we're taking myself outside of myself, like in a form or something, to look at this objectively. I don't think a wand is made out of hard enough stuff, man. Like, if you get a magic wand, it's like some plastic shit. Has plastic been invented yet?
I agree.
It's probably made out of
bicycle
wood
pump,
right now.
so maybe?
Bicycle pump's probably hard at the bottom. I don't like if you really want to go for it.
I mean, I do believe you can beat
metal,
somebody
right?
up with a bicycle pump.
I think we're going to learn more information about the body, and that's going to help us like narrow things out. So
know,
that's like a basketball. That's like a basketball like pump.
Yeah, you stick it in the tire right there, and you pump.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
all right, I'd say let's move on.
Yeah, let's find out more. Okay.
All right, then moving on to the next one is a witness statement. Present was Officer Handcuff at the Boggy Bottom Police Department and Wendy Money Comes ticket seller. Holder of this card, the readout's loud. So I will just say HC and WM for whenever I'm switching back and forth. HC, can you tell me what happened earlier today? WM, sorry, can you speak up? I'm a bit deaf. HC, of course. What happened earlier today? I was doing my usual walk around the place just to check out that everything was okay. Everything seemed okay at that point. Then what happened? Well, the last thing I had to do was go and get the ticket booth ready for this evening's customers. It's okay. Take your time. I didn't have my keys with me, and I couldn't be bothered to walk back to my caravan to get them. So I thought I would just borrow the master key from Rollo. Do you do that often? Occasionally, but usually I remember to put mine in my pocket. Did you know where he was likely to be? At that time of day, there are only a couple of places he could be. I knew he wasn't in the big top because I'd already checked, so I headed for the ringmaster's tent he sleeps in. And what did you find? Oh, it was just so awful. I found poor Rollo on the ground and I could see blood. I've never seen the like. Did you see anyone else? No. I'm sure there wasn't anyone else there at that point. I ran out of the tent and sent one of the seat ushers to get the police. Okay, thank you. I think that's all we need. You should go home and try to get over the shock. I will. I just think I'll just get myself a large drink first. Signed, Officer Handcuff.
Okay, so first things first, we originally said that the body was found in the big top. She said it was found in the ringmaster's tent, right?
Correct.
It couldn't have been because we met in the ringmaster's tent.
That's true.
And we didn't see any evidence of blood, or I imagine that would have been one of the plot points of like, you're standing in a bunch of blood, and we're getting things started. So
that means Wendy is a liar.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's lying.
That or whoever made this game did a poor job of telling us where we were supposed to be at the first time.
Maybe.
Because that
I don't
directly contradicts the rule book.
I don't want to harp on my own theory from before, but if you want to make someone look like they did it, and they went to the wrong tent, saying the wrong place, and also they can't hear, well because they
Especially
just hit a
this
gunshot
early
next to their
in the
head.
game.
Yeah, like you know why she can't hear is because she shot a guy.
Yeah.
She didn't have ear protection.
Or she cracked a
I think
whip.
Cash Demon did it.
Yeah, because at this point, anybody in the story could have done it except for you, right, Chris?
Hold on one second.
I think yeah.
It's Mr. Dingaling to you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've known Danny for years.
Danny.
Have you
Chris.
known Danny or Dingaling?
I don't know. I still might be married to Rolo. Like, still don't know who his wife is.
I'm trying to see anywhere where it says anything about where we were besides what I saw earlier.
That is like the problem here, right? Is like when you don't have information that the person you are would have
Yeah.
just by virtue of existing in this place.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, for sure.
Whatever.
She said she walked through the big top and he wasn't there, and then she went to the ringmaster's tent.
So there is a line from Danny in round 3 that does say that the body was found in the ringmaster tent. So we must have been in the big top. So this first page right here in black where it says that we were in the other one. So yeah, that's got to be a misprint then.
That's hilarious.
Because it doesn't make sense. Dude, I'm telling you.
That's a big misprint.
Yeah.
Some of the
That's huge.
stuff that I don't have in the game, trust me, it's nice box. The game looks amazing on the outside, but some of this stuff, like I said, there's no instructions on how challenges are done at all. It just says, make them draw a challenge card. Like, there's no instruction besides what's on the card. And you guys read the cards for yourself. Didn't really tell you what you're supposed to do after you did the challenge. Are people supposed to guess it?
Or
Blah, blah, blah,
if
blah,
somebody,
blah.
like, gets a point
Yeah.
of some kind or anything, yeah.
Do we do
What
it
if I
then?
didn't? What
Do
if
we
no one
wait?
ever guessed them?
So we're going to go ahead and just say that that's switched around for now, because I'm not seeing anything that contradicts that. So,
Okay, so we all gathered in Big Top.
big top. And he
Okay.
was killed in the ringmaster tent where apparently he sleeps.
Bam.
It makes more sense that all of us, all these circus acts, would be in the bigger tent versus the smaller tent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially because we're auditioning. Like, that's what you would do in the big top.
Yeah,
Correct. So we are going to
I'm-
fix that mistake.
breathing fire and shit. I'm pretty sure he don't want that near his bed. You know,
Man,
I already burnt
You
down
already
one
burnt down
tent.
his tent, yeah.
I already burnt down one.
That's, hey,
Yeah, how'd he die and it
that's-
doesn't even exist anymore?
that's why he had to sleep in the ringmaster's tent, because somebody already burnt down his tent. Ooh, plot
Ooh.
thickens.
Isn't his tent he's the ringmaster?
Huh?
Isn't he the ringmaster? Isn't that just his tent?
Yeah, but he had his own tent. The ringmaster's tent, me and him share now. It's a combined circus. He had his own tent, and Bobby Blaze burnt that down.
Okay.
And so he's been sleeping in the ringmaster's tent.
Well, he ain't anymore. I'll tell you that.
I believe
Not
he's
with the heat of
sleeping
the fire you used.
permanently.
Well, he won't permanently be in the ringmaster's tent. I'll
Oh,
tell
they
you that.
buried him there.
That would be weird.
That would be.
All
1905.
right.
We don't know what to do.
We got a small clipping of circus news. In a surprise announcement yesterday, it was revealed that the two biggest circuses in the world, I guess I should be reading this as Danny, not as Chris. In a surprise announcement yesterday, it was revealed that two of the biggest circuses in the world, the Starlight Circus and the Big Top Circus, are joining forces to create the Super Circus. The name of the new circus has not yet been announced. For many
Super
years, yeah, right. That's what it just said. Already contradicting itself. That's great.
Yeah.
For many years, the ringmasters Rollo Up, Starlight, and Ringo Meister Big Top. Ooh, that's a new name. Ringo Meister Big Top have been major rivals, but they appear to have settled their differences. The new circus will be up and running within just a few weeks, and it promises to be a world beater. Okay. Interesting tagline on the end of that, but all right.
World beater.
World
Ringmeister.
Yeah,
beater.
what the hell? Okay, so
That's a phrase we all
Ringo
use all the time in
Meister
1905.
Big
Right.
Top.
Yeah, Ringo Meister.
And he is the owner of the Big Top
He
Circus.
was
Ringo
the
Meister.
ringmaster of the Big Top.
Oh,
Rollo
Un-
Up is the ringmaster of Starlight.
okay.
There can only be one ringmaster. Now, listen
Yeah, it
to
was
me.
Ringo, clearly.
Listen to me.
Yeah,
There
we
can only be
figured it
one.
out.
And he could use any of these weapons. Like, none of these take a huge amount of effort, except maybe the whip to hurt somebody.
But
can
he
borrow
is a
something.
ringmaster, so he would be used to the whip.
That's true.
Look
Okay.
at this. Facts. Spitting them.
Okay, but we don't know. Is he now one of the characters that we should take into account? Is what I'm asking, Chris.
Once again, information that said, I would write it down just to be safe.
I'm writing it down. My guess is like the officers probably didn't kill him, but like.
I
Who
don't
knows?
know.
What a twist! If it was
Who done it?
Who done it? Could have done it.
Yeah, it was Officer
Sure.
Handcuffed the entire time. It's crazy.
These names.
His
oh my
last
God.
name is Handcuff.
If
No.
you like these names, you
First
love
name is
Easter.
Han, last name is
Fuck you.
Cuff.
No one's first name is Hand.
Han
Get out of
Solo.
here. Han and Hand are different, and also Han Solo won't be existing. Well, Han Solo won't be created in our universe for 70 years, but he did exist a long time ago.
Yep, in a galaxy
Also,
far, far away.
Legally in a galaxy far away.
Oh,
All
I
right,
guess.
we do have an autopsy report.
Heck yes, autopsy.
Subject, Rollo Up, age 45 years, height 71 inches. The body of the above named was delivered to the Boggy Bottom Morgue by emergency horse and carriage. It seems that it suffered a knife wound, which we can see in the picture right there, a circle right around the neck. So it looks like the left side of the neck. And it says neck wound. I don't know if I said neck or knife earlier, but I meant neck.
I think you
If
said
said
knife.
Okay, I
Yeah,
meant neck.
had
There's
me
no
all
knife.
fucked up.
Yeah, it specifically says neck, so sorry. Having cleaned off the large amount of blood around the wound on the back of the deceased's neck, I discovered a penetrating wound half an inch wide, 2 inches long, and penetrating into a depth of 3 inches. So once again, that was half an inch wide, 2 inches long, and 3 inches deep. The spine and brainstem had been completely severed. The wound had a slightly upward trajectory, indicating that whoever inflicted the blow was shorter than the victim. The wound was inflicted in the left to right direction, indicating that the assailant was left-handed. The depth of the wound suggests that the assailant was not particularly strong and probably slightly built. I don't know, to sever the spine, I feel like you need to have some strength behind that, but maybe it's just me. The cause of death was penetration with a long, sharp instrument into the back of the neck. The time of death is estimated to have been 6:15 p.m. 6:15 p.m.
Okay, so he was 5'11".
Yeah, for sure. I'm just joking. Yeah,
That rules out everything except the knife, huh?
No,
No.
it doesn't. Because
No.
it's a half inch wide and 2 inches long, 3 inches deep. Half inch wide.
the end of the bike.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like the end of the
Oh.
bike
The
pump is a
wand?
possibility. Also, yeah, exactly.
The
Yeah,
knife?
Oh, the
a
wand
wand.
isn't sharp.
Also, the knife that was found, like, I have daggers, but the knife that was found as a possible murder weapon, I think,
It's a
is a
kitchen knife.
chef's knife.
Yep.
So here's the thing, but with the
Also,
knife
like,
wound,
accusing you here. I
it's-
was just saying.
Yeah,
like,
no,
look-
you're good.
yeah.
it's not going to be that wide. A knife wound is not going to be that wide, though.
Exactly. A half inch wide is
Oh.
really wide for a knife,
It's a
so
thick,
I don't
it's
think it's a
something
knife.
blunt.
So upward trajectory. Now
Man, I don't know.
somebody.
I guess
No.
going 3 inches deep. I mean,
But
I mean,
here's the
that-
thing.
That looks
That's
like a half inch.
that's the length though. We're talking about the width of the actual cut.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
like, as in, if you go 3 inches deep into the knife, that's going to open that width up. That's what I'm saying.
Look, sir, I'm not a smart man.
I know.
But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that could be the 2 inches long.
But quick
Right.
thing. So left-handed. It's left-handed. I believe it was Bendy Body who's left-handed, because didn't you mention that he was left-handed when you mentioned their affair?
When we
the
mentioned
relationship.
an affair.
How did that come up
When
in
they
that?
mentioned that Bendy Body and Rolo were sleeping together. Didn't you mention that he was left-handed?
Let me go.
Bendy body.
One of our clues mentioned
clues?
mentioned that somebody was left-handed, and I think it was that one. I think it was bendy body.
Oh, there's one of the affairs doesn't say anything about a left hand.
Yeah, it doesn't say nothing about left-handed.
That doesn't say anything.
Everybody, check the clues that you have real fast. Look for left-handed.
I read a clue about Bendy Body, but it said that's whenever he dumped Bendy Body. Like,
Correct.
it doesn't say anything about him
being left-handed.
Yeah.
I definitely thought you did. Did you read your other clue?
Yeah, my other clue was about the opiates. About Sam Assault. Being addicted to opiates.
Which is a terrible name.
Anyways, so what I'm saying is if you take this knife and you penetrate like a piece of paper, okay, the length of the cut is 2 inches. Yes, I can see that.
No, I was gonna penetrate a piece of paper and show that it wasn't gonna be a half inch wide.
But the width of the cut, right, the actual fillet, like where you can spread the cut open, side to side, is
very
half.
Yeah.
Is thicker than what a knife would be.
Yeah, I don't see anything in here about left hand in any of the clues that
No.
we already
In any
went
of
through.
those? Okay.
I mean, if you attack someone and you're facing them, then right-handed would look like the left-handed attack because you're facing them instead of behind them.
But you'd
for-
go past
from the-
and then behind
Yeah.
and up and like.
You wouldn't
We
go
do
back
have a
and-
contortionist.
You have a very good point.
And what kind of
But
pistol is it? Is it like a weak ass?
It looked like a revolver.
Thing? Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, you ain't shoving it at somebody's neck.
So
I
yeah,
thought like if it's a really weak ass old bullet, I don't know. Derringers are powerful weak, is what I learned.
I didn't see anything about left-handed on
In a
the end of
Simpsons
these
episode.
clues on the murder weapons either, Kelsey.
I could have.
Miss
he said
Miss
that.
V,
Okay.
can you read the murder weapons again, please?
Absolutely. Real fast before I do that, they said that a wound was inflicted left to right. The perpetrator was shorter than him and weaker than him. Is that also correct?
Well,
Correct.
it just said in the depth of the wound suggests that the assailant was not particularly strong and probably slightly built.
Okay.
Did not make any
That's-
assumptions about how strong Rollo is.
That's an assumption. Now, if I'm trying to flee away from somebody stabbing at me, it's not going to go as deep as it could.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Correct.
this report was brought to us by Dr. Rick O. Mortis.
Fuck off.
God damn it.
Fucking Rick.
See, I appreciate these, and at the same time, like, fuck off is just my response to puns now, and so I apologize. It is a good pun.
At least Rick is a fucking name people have.
So
And
is you.
V is a name.
Yes.
Was slighter and weaker. We'll
I
just
can
go with
say
that.
this, Kelsey, you would have never survived on Dark Star, because that was how Tony opened every fucking episode, was with a fucking pun. So.
I just would have started with fuck off, and we would have bleeped me every single time. I can survive them. I'm married. I didn't realize how much of marriage was going to be laughing at puns. I say with nothing but respect towards my husband. All right, weapons.
Yes.
Dagger, whip, crystal ball, dumbbell, juggling ball, pistol, magician's wand, bicycle pump, and giant shoe.
Okay. So I'm thinking bicycle pump, magic wand,
point of
potentially.
clarification, not dagger, right? It's chef's knife.
It
I
is chef's
don't-
knife,
Not
correct.
not as relevant, really, but yeah. Dagger makes
I'm
sound
gonna
like
put it
that
up
for
there,
you.
yeah.
Which,
Okay,
once
so-
again, that was Bendy Body's clue. Bendy Body originally
Yeah.
trained to be a chef.
Yes.
I'm going to take some of these off, though, because with the murder, with what it is, I'm going to guess it probably isn't a whip. I'm going to guess it probably isn't a crystal ball or a dumbbell.
Or a gunshot wound.
Or, yeah, I was going to say, not a juggling ball. You said not a pistol.
It definitely ain't a shoe.
not a shoe either at this point. Yeah.
Unless-
Do a stiletto.
Unless the shoe has one of those.
So we
Machine
said we're getting
those-
rid of the fortune teller, we're getting rid of the juggling ball, we're getting rid of the shoe, we're getting rid of the dumbbell, we're getting rid of the whip, and we're getting rid of the pistol, is what you said, right?
Yeah, so what that leaves us with is
That
the
leaves
chef's
us
knife.
with the knife, that leaves us with
magic
the
wand.
wand, and then the bicycle pump.
Exactly.
Correct.
So I'm leaving all of them and who they're associated with on my list, but I'm just crossing them out. So
none of these make sense in my mind, I guess, which is insane. It has something asked you. But, like, wouldn't a wound from either the magic wand, if we assume that magic wand can penetrate someone like that, or the bicycle pump, it wouldn't be width and length, or width and depth, length, I guess.
yeah, because I guess
It's a circle.
it really seems like, because it's 2 inches long, 3 inches deep, so it's a 2-inch long wound.
Yeah.
Which at some point of the weapon has to reach 2
Yeah, and so a bicycle pump, but the magic wand also seems unlikely at this point. The chef's knife seems like the most likely thing, and I also like to point out, anybody can kill with a knife. Like, that is not a limited thing.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
feel like that's too obvious, but
the bicycle pump does get wider a little bit as it goes up.
That's what I'm saying. If you penetrate 3 inches deep on that bicycle pump,
it does get a little wider.
The wider part, like, it wouldn't. If you stab someone with that, it would just stop at that point, right?
You would think so.
Like the wide part there isn't sharp at all. It wouldn't like penetrate a skin, unless you're some sort of superhuman person. But like with a weak person,
be
able to do that. I see.
Yeah. Right now, I think the chef's knife is probably the most likely option.
I just feel it's the too obvious option. That's the only thing that's kicking me in the ass right now.
Well, the part that seems obvious seems like I am a character who's entirely designed to love and be all about knives, and it's a knife that killed him. So, like, in many murder mystery games, like, you write down who you think did it on a piece of paper, and you write down the time, and the earlier you get it right, the more points, and usually the first person that they show, and they're like, oh yeah, it was killed with a knife, and this person's act is about knives, and they're obsessed with knives. Like, everybody immediately is like, oh, it must be her, and just tosses it in, and it's not ever that person. So I feel like...
Yeah.
Well,
the
I will say
it is real low, but we'll see.
The rules to this game do state that no one's allowed to actually write down who they think it is until we're in the actual finale, because the finale is called the accusation.
Oh, fun. Okay.
I have a sort of meta question to this.
Okay.
Obviously, there's a bunch of people who are characters in this who, if there were more human players, would be played by humans.
Be one. Correct, yes.
Is Honeycomb, would she have been played by a human?
She would not have been played by a human, no.
Okay, now I no longer think it's her. Okay.
Don't have that sheet anymore. I had a sheet that had
but I bet you're right.
Honeycomb is not a person.
You're right.
So it's everybody that has a name tag is everybody that I've mentioned, and including Danny.
Okay.
That's everybody that has a name tag.
I no longer think it's her, even though I think it makes sense for it to be her, but like I don't think it would be her.
I would be high on your list of suspects right now. Bendy Body should be. I also maintain knives aren't hard to use.
Right, if I'm in 1905 Rube, then sure, I think it's you.
Yeah.
If I'm a 2022 person who's seen a thing before and knows it's not going to be the person with knives when it's a knife, I don't think it's you.
I high suspicion of Bendy, just because she did get dumped by this guy, and she has been using chef knife, so kind of 2 + 2 = 17 here, and that's all I got.
That's true.
Yeah. I think it's Ben D Body. Yep. I think the middle initial is D. I think it's a man. I could be wrong, but my guess is Ben is a man.
Yep, it is Ben, and then it's just the letter D.
Oh, D, you're right.
Body.
You're right.
Ben
So
D
he
Body.
Could
I
be
think
a
the
frail.
implication is it a gay it's a affair, but I don't think this game, I'm gonna guess, would make it that's like the motive, that they're like trying to hide that he, right?
I hope
that
not.
Seems, a thing made this recently probably wouldn't go there, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, but it doesn't mean it can't be him because
Ben is number one suspect in my book.
That seems fair. Seems like where the clues are kind of leading us at this point. I'm not making a guess yet.
Correct.
Do we have any more clues, Chris?
We do.
Canter, actually, did you have thoughts before we move on? I'm so sorry.
No, you all said basically the things I was thinking.
I don't know if he's playing a clown or a mime.
They are very similar.
Yes.
This letter was found in Rollo Up's tent, having been hand-delivered this morning. Good day, Rollo. Before our meeting this afternoon, I thought I would just drop you a line with the basic details of our business plan. I know we've been rivals for years, but I'm delighted that we have finally decided to join forces and create the biggest and best circus, in the world. Our last meeting was very productive, and I'm just writing to lay out the details of our arrangement. The new circus will be created in exactly 4 weeks. We will be joint partners with shared responsibilities for all decisions on future performers and touring schedule. As agreed, we will start the new venture with just 6 performers brought from each of our existing businesses. I understand that you will select the 6 who perform best at the evening Starlight show. I look forward to seeing you this afternoon. Yours sincerely, Ringo Meister, Big Top Circus.
I have 2 problems with this. One, why are the ringmasters making the deal if Danny Dingling's the owner? Shouldn't he be the one making the deal? Second, what a fucking insane plan. You're going to separately make choices of 6 people from your circus without deciding in between, like, communication. It's like, it's going to end up being like, oh, we got both of our magicians. Nice job, idiot. They got going in the cannon. What are you doing?
I guess Illusion's going in the cannon.
Yeah, I guess.
We're about to make him disappear.
So I'm the best, and I was going to make it, so I don't need to kill this guy. That's established.
So really, all this letter said is they met this afternoon, or like the afternoon that he died.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to each bring 6 people from each circus.
Yep.
That's it, right? And they used to be rivals. That's all we know.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we have one more clue from the green card pile, and then we have a list of clues that will take us into round 3. So we might as well go ahead and throw this one out, since that one didn't give us too much. We'll do some debating, and that will probably close out this round. This is a forensic report from Officer Juno Howe, Boggy Bottom Police. The coroner requested that I look at the body of the deceased and the autopsy report in conjunction with the 9 items removed from the crime scene with a view to identify the murder weapon. I attempted to fit all 9 items into the wound, but the only item that fit the dimensions of the wound perfectly was it says dagger, when that's clearly a chef's knife.
Yeah.
So it says dagger, though, but I'm pretty sure they just are referring to the knife. Using a microscope... What?
They don't know the difference.
Apparently not, because it says dagger about like 8 times that we're about to get to here. Using a microscope, I inspected the dagger and found minute traces of blood on it. Using the very new technique of blood type identification, I confirmed that both the blood on the dagger and that of the deceased is group A. I can therefore formally declare that the victim was killed with the dagger. The dagger has been passed to my colleagues in the fingerprint section for further investigation.
Okay, so eventually we're going to get a fingerprint off this thing.
Correct.
Seems like the cops have this under control, honestly.
Right.
What are we even doing?
No.
I don't know. We're just chatting at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, so confirmed chef knife is the murder weapon, and the blood from the chef's knife matches the victim. I'm calling it a chef's knife, because what it fucking is.
Yep.
Because you
now it
may
matches the
have a
type of the
dagger.
victim. Because I have a dagger, and I would like to separate them. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And so the cop is saying that it matches the type of the victim, and she's saying, "Yep, that means that it's clearly the victim's." We live in 2022, where we all realize that there's more than one of us here that probably has blood type A.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think Group A was just more of a reference to like where they're considering the evidence to be. So Group A's evidence of blah 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 blah.
Now,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's just my thought process. I just didn't say anything about blood type.
It-
I just said Group A.
I said they matched it with the blood.
Yeah.
They started doing blood type testing.
Did say group A.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
So if I give this, the thing we're doing here, the benefit of the doubt, that's not just someone stabbed this guy with a knife, and it's the clear thing that's happening here. What if there were an object someone could like shove down this guy's throat or something, so that he could die in a way that wouldn't be a visible wound, and then you then frame someone else by stabbing them because he would still bleed, already be dead.
Bike
stab
pump
him in his
could
fucking
fit.
neck.
Bike pump could fit down there. Whip could
Yeah.
fit down there.
So it's
Gun could fit down there.
wheel. Yeah, I mean, I think we know
A wand.
Oh yeah. No, not the wand. That'd be insane. The other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a thought, because like,
You know, I just come up with something
yeah.
real smart, fellas.
Please.
Remember the opium addict?
Oh.
What if Mister was partying a little too hard, overdosed, and he got set up with the stab in the neck after the death? Well, I guess he wouldn't bleed that much then.
I mean,
Look, I'm just trying to think.
but-
Maybe he OD'd on opiums.
Yeah.
And got covered up.
As in 2022 and 1905, there's an opioid epidemic in this country. So why not? That could be it. That makes sense.
No, I do like that. With not necessarily with that in mind, but just to remember, the wavy tent was where we found the chef's knife, but we also found something else there. We found the giant shoe.
So fucking can't.
I don't want to throw a wrench in that plan, but that
Is it randomly assigned?
I randomly assigned that.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I brought it up, as I figured you'd tell us if it was all randomly assigned. Okay. Okay.
Now, I don't want to be the person to say this and point this out, but there has been somebody here in this party that has not said shit the whole time.
Hey, Canter.
Yes.
Want to chat?
I mean, I was just trying to look back between who did what with who, because if it is,
that takes 5. Where's the other fucking 4 hours of investigation, sir?
I don't know. See, the knife was with Ben D,
Your shoe.
but Ben D was and Rolo were having a thing there.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, why would they want, like, unless it's some sort of argument about something?
It sounds like Rolo was married,
Yes.
and so I think it's okay. We can call what he was doing with Ben D an affair, because it's out of the marriage. That's
And I'm having an affair with Rolo's wife, so you know.
Yeah, no, exactly. Affairs all around. It's just we keep hesitating to call it affair, and I'm like, that's the correct lingo here.
But then some
everybody's
people
fucking
owe money,
everybody.
Other people.
That makes sense.
This sounds like a
That guy
terrible
did it.
carnival. Not only are we like all hopped up on fucking opioids, we're all fucking each other, and on top of that, we're all gambling the exact same fucking money around, and everybody's in debt with fucking everybody.
And we've got
Chris, I don't
knives.
want to blow your mind here, but that's just called a carnival.
Yeah.
I think they're all full of people just fucking each other on opium.
Oh god. The gambling is too far. The gambling part's just too far.
Yes,
That's
of course.
unbelievable.
That's terrible.
Oh no, I enjoy gambling.
Please, if you need help, go to www.gamblingono.com or whatever.
There are help sites. Go find them.
It's called
I actually really
www.verus.com.
like the premise opium thing. I think Samuel assaulted it now.
I have no more thoughts. Canter,
Okay.
what about you? James? Excuse
Very
me.
unclear.
Bobby.
Very unclear.
I got that.
All right,
I will say
Chris?
also, if we're taking motive into account, Yuji Shu, still the husband of the guy, the husband of the woman you're stripping, then she inherits his vast circus wealth and you guys get to run off into the sunset with their circus money.
To be frank, I don't see anybody running in a size 16 shoe.
Yeah, good point.
The shoe that you found wasn't mine. You forget.
I mean, that's true. Like,
He's not
in
wrong.
reality, I don't think clowns are like genetically picked for big feet. I think they wear like
Birdie
huge
Bicep.
shoes.
Birdie Bicep wears a size 16 shoe. That is the
But
clue on
Birdie-
the back of this that you can't see because it's very small print.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, Birdie also is not weak. Okay?
Oh.
He does weights. So
Yeah, it should not be.
it should not be him unless he trains specifically with his right hand.
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't think he often has an audience for that.
I don't know. Being in
I
a
know,
freak
we were
carnival,
just
having
talking
one
about how- yeah.
gigantic hand and one small hand.
We're just discussing how people want to go see weirdly shaped bodies in 1905.
That's true.
You have one arm that can lift 300 pounds and one arm that can lift 2.
All right, guys, I was making a masturbation joke, and all of you just decided to ignore that. And I'm very
Oh no,
disappointed.
we was on it, ma'am.
You're like, we're not treating that like it's legit. Okay, fine. Thanks. I have opportunities to be funny, and you guys are just like, no, you don't make masturbation jokes. We do that.
No, we can't.
I don't do that either.
Hey, I'm
This-
okay with anybody making a masturbation joke.
This
That's
is
fine
a
with me.
PG-13. My nipples hanging out.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there.
All right, Chris, what's our next clue?
Let's go ahead and wrap this episode up. This ends round 2. We'll be going into round 3, episode 4. So if you guys like this content, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. That way you can be here for the next episode. Make sure to go watch the other ones. Also, on top of that, we got tons of links down there for you to go check out. And the best thing that you can do is always to share the content. But other than that, this has been Danny Dingling, and we are out. See you next week.